What's up, y'all? I'm Kills at Wills.
I'm Billiam,
You're listening to the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast.
your favorite and your friend's soon to be favorite wrestling podcast. I did the opposite of Ash Ketchum. I went backward, kept forward because it's go time. Haters, welcome back.
Hey!
There you go. Welcome back to another one of the latest and greatest, and hopefully your favoriteest episode, the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I am Billiam.
And I am Kills at Wills.
Hmm.
Today, tonight, whenever it is you're deciding to join our wonderful little corner of the internet, we're going to do what we always do, and that's give you that WWE weekly recap, which is Monday Night Raw. But first, we gonna get it. We're going to toss it over to my guy, Billiam. He's going to give us the Friday night SmackDown rundown. Let's go, Billiam.
All right, I'm gonna run through this one more quick than usual because I got two full pages. It was beefy. So
Okay.
SmackDown May 15th came from Columbia, South Carolina. So again, they're going to a lot of cities they have not been to in years.
Okay.
So with that being said, United States Champion Trick Williams kicks off this episode because he is from Columbia, South Carolina.
Hey, now, whoop that trick.
They showed mom and dad in the crowd, whooping that trick along with the rest of Columbus. I wrote on Columbus. It's Columbus. Yeah. Anyway, if I said Columbia, I'm sorry. So he's having his great hometown celebration. Brings out the mascot from the school with him. But the Miz is not having it. The Miz
Oh,
comes out and he's like, I'm
big
tired of
party
all the
pooper.
celebrations. I'm tired of the gingerbread man. I'm tired of all that stuff. So basically, it leads to our first match, which is Trick Williams versus The Miz.
Oh, Miz got smoked.
Oh, and by the way, Lil Yachty is still with Trick. So apparently, he was not kidding, where he is sticking around for a while, just hanging out with Trick Willie. So
There you go.
let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, so before that, Kit Wilson came out with The Miz, of course, because they're actually a fun kind of tag team when they're
They
not.
are.
Um, and he did a little poem for them, in which, in return, Lil Yachty cut a little rap against the both of them too. So he got to have a little fun out there too. So he's giving them a little more to do. So
There you
Lil
go.
Yachty,
There you
he's
go.
sticking around, have some fun.
Yeah, right.
So we get Trick Willie versus The Miz. Kid gets involved with a beautiful like elbow to Trick Williams while the Miz is distracting the ref.
Mhm.
So that was great. And then he does a little pose and he does a little hip gyration thing. So that was pretty cool. Miz hit the skull crushing finale, and Trick Williams actually kicked out of it, which angered the Miz. So he rolled out of the ring and he got a kendo stick. So while Kit is distracting the ref, he goes to hit Trick Williams. Lil Yachty grabs the kendo stick and actually breaks it over Kit Wilson. So while the Miz is distracted with that, Trick Williams comes out of nowhere with the trick shot and picks up the victory. Trick Williams wins
Whoop that trick. Get him.
all night. Next, Kathy Kelly is talking to the returning Carmelo Hayes, who's talking
Hey.
about he's been gone for a month, trying to
Mm-hmm.
reset, regroup. He wants his United States Championship back.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, he has to take on Ricky Saints. So we'll see that later on in the evening. Sami Zayn is talking to Nick Aldis, who's talking to Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix was doing some work in AAA, so he's up for the night, I guess. And Sami Zayn says that he deserves a rematch. And Nick Aldis said, "You already had it, and you lost it. Why do you need another one?" And so basically, he's talking about basically saying how he is entitled, but without saying he's entitled. And Nick Aldis like,
Mm-hmm.
"You need to earn it like everybody else." He's like, "What do you mean I
Mm-hmm.
need to earn it? What about last week? What about last month? The last couple years?" It's like, okay, Sammy. So he needs to earn it.
Oh.
Uh
Wait, I have something for Sammy.
oh
One of our favorite things here.
oh,
Here we are.
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So we get to another Kathy Kelly interview. They're killing a lot of time in between. SmackDown doesn't need to be 3 hours, guys. Because they're talking to the same people before they do things later on. If they're gonna do that, talk to different people. So at least like different superstars get FaceTime. But who am
Agree.
I? So she's talking to Bree and Paige, who are the women's tag team champions, of course, who will talk about defending their titles against Judgment Day on Monday, which we'll get to in a little bit.
We'll get to
And
that.
then Nia and Lash come out and say, we would rather have you win, but it really doesn't matter. No, no, they say it doesn't matter who wins, but they'd rather have Bree and Paige retain. So then they have a shot at Saturday night's main event. So they
Got it.
want to beat Bree and Paige and take it back since they beat them in the first place.
Yep. Get the lick back.
Before the rebuttal comes back, Bree's music hits because the next match is Bree and Paige taking on Julia and Kiana James.
Okay.
Kiana James and Julia looked great. For once, like Julia was like fantastic on par. I think they're letting her shine a little bit more, and Kiana James just is stealing the show left and right.
It's very good.
She's very strong and she's doing moonsaults and stuff, just standing in the ring. So she's great.
Yep.
More Kiana James.
More Kiana James.
Bree hits the quote yes kicks, which I and Wade Barrett said something that was funny. She said, "Oh, she must have been watching The Miz early on." Because The Miz does that because he took that from Dan O'Brien, and
Yes.
that's
Yes.
hilarious.
Very fast, very quick.
It's great.
Yes.
So Paige ends up picking up the victory for the team in the end. Just there you go. It's great. It was a solid match from the not champions.
Okay.
Chelsea Green, who was wearing a Breakfast in Tiffany's outfit, which Wade Barrett brought to the crowd's attention, which was pretty funny. Talking to Tiffany Stratton, basically saying how great of a tag team or a team they are, and Tiffy's great. Like, we're not a team. I don't want to be a team. And sometimes people just don't get it.
Oh.
And then Chelsea's like, all right, teammate, see you later.
A
She's great.
gem.
Uh, Next up, WWE champ Cody Rhodes has been tasked with getting the contract signed by Gunther personally.
Okay.
So he comes out to the ring with the little folders, his SmackDown written on it. Uh, he sets down his belt in the contract. He goes and throws two chairs in the ring, like the office chairs, the big black ones,
Yeah, yeah, just
the
chucks
swirly
them
ones.
away. Mhm.
He takes a table out from under the ring and he sets up the table, the two
And
chairs.
it's a regular table.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not a
yeah, straight
hundred
up regular
table.
table. Uh, Puts his belt in the middle, sits down, and he's like, I did it myself. So he's like, let's have this contract signed and basically calling out Gunther. So Gunther comes out and he says, if you want to do this, I'm a good man. Like, don't demand it. Just ask nicely. So Cody's like, okay, please come sign this contract. He's like, actually, like he's getting more specific about it. And in the meantime, Royce Key's music hits, which was a surprise to a lot of people. Royce
Yeah.
Keys walks down. He says, well, if you're not going to sign the contract, I'll do it for you. Or I'll do it. So he
Yeah,
goes
I'll
up
do
and
it. Yeah.
he goes to sign the contract, and Gunther's kind of in shock. Nick Aldis comes out and is like, I actually like this idea. It's your fault, Gunther. You missed the opportunity. So later on, main event going to be Royce Keys versus Gunther in a number one contender for the WWE Championship match.
I actually liked how that bit played out.
That was really good.
I liked how that bit played out.
I like the addition of Royce Keys. Like I said, that was a shock. I was just surprised as Gunther was to see him, and we'll get to that match later.
Okay.
Duh, duh, duh. So after that, we get to the aforementioned match. I realize I like to say the word aforementioned a lot. Anyway, the aforementioned match, Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints.
Hmm.
First of all, it's great to see Melo back in the ring. It's been about a
It is
month.
very good. Yes. Yes.
Um, and it's just two young bucks, no pun intended, to the other young bucks over there. Uh, nice. Oh, I went the wrong way. Damn it. There we go. All right. But these two fellas put on a fantastic show because they're two guys they are up and comers. They are the future and they shined. They were fantastic. But for some reason they're like in the middle of the match, all right, we're gonna cut a sneak peek of this movie coming out. So they do a split screen with a movie trailer. It's like, come on, okay. But in the end, it's a great match. Carmelo with a roll up. I wasn't a fan with the end of the match. Being it was so good, but it's just he picked up just a random roll up pin victory. It's like, okay, cool.
Hmm.
But we'll be seeing more of both of them in the future.
Indeed.
Next up, we get to Danhausen, and he is in his lab. Guess he has a
Right.
lab.
His cloning lab, his
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
see the cloning machine from Backlash behind him. He
It's
gets
the
on an
new
old-timey phone and
yeah.
he's saying how his cloning machine was a utter success. And then he goes and pulls out some body from a morgue thing. We don't know what kind of body. Lifts up the sheet. There's a gold light, like from Pulp Fiction. And then he puts it down. He's like, everything's working, blah, 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 Danhausen kind of thing. And then he complains about it being a mess, but he remembered that the Danhausen little guys were on vacation because it's in their contract or whatever. So yeah.
All right.
So which brings us to our next match, which is Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga. Originally, it was supposed to be a tag team match, but R-Truth is injured.
Yes.
So it turned into a one-on-one match. And it actually was. It was a just straight up Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga until the end. We'll get to that.
Yes.
Uh it's a fine back and forth between the two solid guys. Tama actually reversed the Razor's Edge into a sleeper, which is really cool. I'd never seen a reversal like that before.
Hmm.
But in the end, Damian Priest picks up the victory. But right after that, Tala Tonga and Solo Sikoa come down and wreck Damian Priest because Truth can't do anything about it.
He's not medically clear. You can't do
Yep.
anything. All right.
Next up, Sami Zayn is in the back talking to a comatose Johnny Gargano.
Uh, what are we gonna do with Johnny Wrestling Billiam?
Both these guys, man.
This is no offense to Johnny Gargano, but like of all the people to be released, like, come on.
I
He's
know.
not, yeah, but yeah, I don't want to see anybody lose their job. That I didn't mean that as a shot. It's just
Not at
like,
all.
what are we gonna do? Like people who were doing things and he's not doing anything. So it's like,
Right.
come on.
He's laying down. He's
Yeah.
planking.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
So next
Mm.
up, we get Jade Cargill saunters on down to the ring with Meechin and B-Fab because she has returned from, I guess she hasn't been seen since WrestleMania, hasn't really been paying attention. I don't know. Anyway, so she's saying basically she wants her title back from Rhea, and she actually interrupted the triple threat match last week with Rhea and Charlotte and Alexa, and Charlotte and Alexa were caught in the crossfire. Hence, we get Charlotte Flair coming out. My Amazon Echo's going off. Cool. Uh, yeah. So Bliss Girl and Charlotte Flair come out, and they basically set up a match, tag team match against Meechin and B-Fab. This is what I've been waiting for Meechin. Just an actual, like a solid angle, a solid purpose for being around because she's great in the ring when they give
Good.
her like substance.
She's good.
B-Fab still trying.
Yes. Yes.
But in the end, Jade Cargill, who's sitting there watching ringside, ends up pulling Charlotte off the apron. So Charlotte is taken down. Alexa Bliss hits Sister Abigail, goes to pin B-Fab, gets pulled out of the ring by Jade Cargill in front of the ref, and just causes a no disqualification. Charlotte ends up throwing Meechin over the announce table, like chucks her, like speedball special over here. Uh, and then takes care of B-Fab. Jade Cargill's outside the ring, so Charlotte, they're kind of face to face with each other. It's not over.
Nope.
So that comes to a commercial break. Come back from commercial. Alexa and Charlotte are sitting in the back, and Alexa's like, "We need help," and she's like, "I'm Charlotte Flair. I don't ask for help." She's like, "I'm Alexa Bliss, and I do." And Charlotte's like, "Well, Rhea's not really doing much," and Alexa's like, "I have an idea." Which they cut to later on. They're talking about the card for Saturday night's main event. Apparently, the idea was to just go talk to Rhea Ripley because they announced the 3-on-3 with
Oh,
Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley taking on Meechin, B-Fab, and Jade Cargill. So I don't know
yeah.
what the idea was. I guess it was like, hey, can you do this again? Sure. So,
Maybe Lexa just went and asked and was like, okay, great. Yeah, I'm just gonna go talk to her.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, just
You guys,
go
you
say
guys
that.
have that
Don't
whole
say I
that
have an
whole God thing
idea.
going
Just
on.
I'll go talk to her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after all that brings us to our main event of the evening.
Let's go. Oh, got it. Yeah.
Ah, that's you're getting more fun with that. I love it. So it is the number one contenders match for the WWE Championship between Gunther and Royce Keys.
Turn it out.
Man, this
Guess
match,
I guess
mm,
Royce Keys news. I guess Royce Keys catchphrase is "I."
I guess
I don't know
so.
if you caught that. Yeah, it's on like on the back. It's like it just says "I." And even in one little portion, he was just like "I." So I guess that's his
Oh,
thing.
right. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I. Yeah, as in slang for all right
All
for those
right.
out there that
Yes.
might hear this.
Yes,
All right.
yes, yes, yes.
I.
Yeah. So it's great powerhouse match, pun intended.
Yes.
Uh Solo ends up coming out to help Royce Keys. Don't know why, but so he's cheering him on out there. He's saying you can do it. He's pounding on the apron like he's getting real into it. But it is a huge match. Royce Keys is a big boy and Gunther's a big boy, and there was it big meat slapping big meat? Is that what the saying is? Whatever. It's just
Powerhouse match. It took me a minute. That's funny.
thank you. So
I got there. I got there. Okay. All right.
so after a long hard fought battle, a lot of chops, a lot of big hits, a lot of shoulder tackles. One more from Royce Keys hits Gunther, which hits the referee.
Oh,
Solo Sikoa sees his opportunity,
this
slides
is
in a chair to Royce Keys, like, go ahead, hit him with the chair. And Royce Keys picks up the chair and he Jeff Hardy fastballs it back into Solo's face.
yeah, he does.
Like real hard. I'm like, oh my God, I hope Solo's physically okay.
On some like, bruh.
Yeah,
Like, wait, wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. Hold on. Is the because the ref put on gloves. I was like, is that for Solo? Can somebody check on Solo, please?
Yeah.
So that distraction was enough for Gunther to hit him with one more clothesline and pick up that big boy Royce Keys and power bomb his ass. One, two, three. Gunther picks up the victory and is the number one contender in Italy.
And to be honest, I feel like Gunther needed kind of a win like this. I mean, I
Mhm.
feel like he's been a tad bit stale for someone that's been on this big retirement rise. So I think it was a good look.
He needed another dominance establishment match,
Yes.
which is what we got.
And Royce will be fine. Like just
Absolutely.
Royce had a good show. Royce will be fine.
Absolutely.
Just to be put in that spot is a
In
great
his
spot.
entrance, they said again that he was the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So that's still, I mean, that still carries some a little bit of weight. So
Correct.
we'll see. He'll be fine, like you said. So after that, Gunther grabs he does the whole thing like in Star Wars when the alien runs up and grabs it. Ah! So he does
Hmm.
that and he's yelling at Cody Rhodes. He's like, "I'll go for you." Out of nowhere, Cody Rhodes comes, hits him at Crossroads. Credits.
Oh, smoke came for Gunther in the end. The American Nightmare.
Yes, sir. Cody
Bang.
Rhodes stands tall.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody. Oh yeah, earlier in SmackDown they were chanting "tiny, tiny balls" to The Miz, because apparently that was a thing back in the day. So they brought it back up in their little thing earlier. Trick Williams and Lil Yachty did. So
Y'all leave Miz alone.
yeah,
Leave
no,
him.
he's being heel, living his best life, hosting American Gladiators. He's fine. So
Is he?
please, he is on Amazon. He's
Huh.
he's hosting American Gladiators. It's pretty great.
Okay.
But buddy, please let's talk about Monday Night Raw because
Let's talk
no,
about
no pun intended, big stuff happened.
big stuff did happen. And we'll get to it.
Yeah,
Monday Night Raw came to us from Greensboro, North Carolina. North Carolina.
come on and raise
Ranger. Yeah. Feel like a helicopter. Shout out Pete. Shout out Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo.
Um,
Wow.
Roman shows up. Pierce says, Fatu should be fired after what he did last week. And, if you're going to go out there, we're going to do things my way. And Roman's like, says the same thing he kind of said last week. Like, no, he's got to acknowledge me. Trick that. Nothing can happen until he acknowledges me. So I'm going to go out here. And then Fatu's music hits because I imagine Jacob can watch the screens or Jacob's like, no, I'm going to beat him to the punch.
He's like, is that what I think it is? He's like, yeah, 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 it is.
So Fatu's he comes out. His fingers when we started off with the Tongan death grip, it was just
A little bit
black
of
tape.
white
Now
tape.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
gotten to
yeah.
white and black, and so now it's super taped up. So you know he's coming to try to choke somebody out. Tells Roman to get his punk ass out here. But the Usos music hit. Jay's coming out with a chair because Jay's mad.
He's
He's always mad.
mad.
And Jimmy's the whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, whoa, let me talk to him. Let me
Jimmy's
talk to
great.
him. Let me
Jimmy's
talk
very
to him.
underrated.
Yes.
Jimmy's
Yeah.
great.
Jimmy says, you had the ability to take care of you and yours if you would just acknowledge the OTC. You could be living the good life. You just got to join us, man. Be part of the team. Jacob's not trying to hear any of that. He attacks Jimmy and Jay. He gets hit with a chair shot. Doesn't phase him. Tongue and death grips for everybody.
Yep.
They both go down. Roman comes out. They do a little face off. No talkings, no promos. They just start swinging. Fatu gets him in the death grip. The Usos they're trying to get back involved. Jake gets up. They have to put Fatu into the
Hit the
ropes, and he's
ropes. Yeah, the
so.
head.
Here's the thing: they are pushing Fatu crazy. He looks like the unstoppable Samoan werewolf that he was advertised to be when he came out. This is
Yeah.
great. I feel like it is happening a bit too late, but better late than never. Here we're here now, so it's
Hey, the,
awesome.
the hoodie he was wearing too was dope, where it was half his
Yeah,
face and half the werewolf, and the sleeve said all gas, no brakes, and yeah, that was sick.
yeah. Fatu kind of, Pierce has to come out and, Roman and the cousins are walking away. They've gotten the beat down. Roman's like, tells Pierce, like, now you can do what you need to do. If you need to fire him, whatever, do what you need to do. And Jacob gets on the mic. He goes, Roman, tribal combat. And Roman accepts. So, tribal combat, everybody, for those that do not know, tribal combat is another fancy word for a hardcore match where basically anything goes, no rules, no disqualifications, blah, blah, blah. But with tribal combat, the at the end of it, the winner is presented the Ulufala, and he is the new tribal chief.
Hmm.
So that's going to be going down.
Yeah, and I like how they're all saying like, you don't have to, he doesn't have to, they don't have to, don't do it. He's like, I accept. It's like, all right, okay.
Right.
Fine, let's do it. Fine, go.
Right. The time when you have a council and you don't listen to them, because trick that,
But
right?
yeah.
You need that. So then we have a video package promo of Finn and JD talking to each other, and it's the same thing that they've kind of been saying to each other, which leads to another match with Finn Balor and JD McDonough, except this time it is a street fight. And it is, look, it's Finn Balor and it's JD McDonough. It's two dudes that know each other very well. So even if you include street fights, it's very good. It's just like we just did this, fellas.
Yeah.
Like we
You
kind
just did this at WrestleMania with Dominic Mysterio, who
of
showed up later on and got involved.
right,
But it was the same beats, like
right.
except instead of doing the coup de grace through the table, he put a garbage can on him and did a coup de grace through the garbage
So,
can.
and again, it was a good match, but it just feels like, okay,
Yeah,
how long are we going to keep kind of
yeah.
dragging this kind of Judgment Day thing going?
Hey, but both of those shotgun drop kicks were dope. One through the
Yes, they
table
were.
and then one wearing the garbage can because he didn't see the one in the trash can.
Right.
When that was over his head, he was just like, "All right, well, it's just when it hits me, it hits me."
Correct.
So
Correct.
those blind ones were scary, but like both
Trust
of
me.
those were great hits,
That's
great
when you
spots.
trust that partner, trust the person
Yep,
you're in the ring with. They've been working together that
yep.
long. It's great. Don comes out. He's trying to do things. Yeah, winner is Finn Balor. Like I said, they put the trash can on him. He's stuck in there. Finn hits him with the coup de grace, so he gets the win. So he beat JD McDonough. So he got his lick back. We'll see if that keeps tending to happen. Kathy Kelly's backstage. She's interviewing Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins says he must put an end to the vision. He's just trying to figure out how. He's excited for his first Raw match in 9 months. He's calling out the vision in the main event. Doesn't matter who it is, but he wants it to be Braun Breaker. He says, I want Braun Breaker. Show me who you are. So there you go. Then we go to Byron. He's interviewing Soul Ruka, or at least he tries to, until big time Becky comes up and
This is
Becky
great.
says, like, "Oh my, you've already like you've been here already, and you're stacking up losses. How do you expect to kind of get ahead if you just keep stacking up losses here? This is kind of embarrassing for you.
Just head on back to NXT. Get at it. Go ahead. Leave.
Right, right. Just gives her all the business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Soul leaves, goes to the ring, and then calls Becky out.
Yeah, it was great. She's like, because Becky's like, just leave. She's like, okay, fine, I'll go.
I
So
will.
then she's like, oh, that was easy. And then her music hits. She's like,
Right.
is that her music? Byron's like, I think it's her music. So then she's like, fine, I'll call you out in front of everybody then.
Calling her out in front of everybody. Calling her out means like, hey, I would like to face you at Saturday Night Main Event for the Intercontinental Championship. And Becky goes, whoa, 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 little britches. I'll give you a match, but I'm not putting the belt on the line. You're not
Not
ready
yet.
for all that. That's no, you gotta step up to that. You're not ready for the big time. And mic drop and yeah, it's
It's
Becky.
great.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
It's
Give
my
me
favorite
more of
Becky
all of
Lynch.
this.
Okay, Braun comes on back and tells Paul Heyman, "Hey, yo, set up the match with Seth Rollins. I need to take him down. You know what's going on." And Paul Heyman goes, "Okay, I will set up a match, but it's going to be Austin Theory against Seth Rollins, not you." And Braun's, "Gotta talk to you over here for a second. What are we doing here? Come on, what's the plan?" And Paul Heyman says, "Look, man, now you know where Seth Rollins is going to be." And when Seth Rollins is going to be and the position that he's going to be in. So use that for your advantage. And Braun gets that little smile
Wink,
and he
wink.
off, and there we
I
go.
like how the last few weeks, instead of like both members of the Vision have been called out, and instead of them fighting, it's been no, Austin Theory's gonna do it for you. It's like, all right. But it's cool. It's given people to see what Austin Theory can do in the ring. Because again, we've talked about it
Yes.
before. Austin Theory is great. They just need to give him an actual like Meechin, like an actual angle. Like because
Yes.
right now he's just like the Bobby Lashley in the video games. That was grrr. It's like, all right,
No.
cool.
He just feels Seth Rollins hit the nail on the head when he's like, "Yo, when I went out on my own, I with Paul Heyman, I went and I got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. You went out on your own. You got Austin Theory and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Austin Theory just doesn't. Logan Paul, you understand. His character feels like someone who would latch on to the vision to try to get that success, to try to be a Paul Heyman guy, like the Paul Heyman, the guy who wants to be a Paul Heyman guy who Paul Heyman doesn't want, but is kind of stuck with."
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And then so I get that. And then you have Austin Theory, who just feels like, okay, he was the masked man. Yeah, maybe he's trying to do the same thing as Logan Paul was like, I'm just trying to get my status up. But it's like it's like you came out of nowhere with it, and you're like, oh, I'm the man. It's like, his
Mm,
promos aren't good yet. So I
you
don't
were
know.
one of the masked men at this point, so
Hopefully he figures it out, man.
yeah.
We'll see. Um,
Agreed.
that brings us to our next match. It is another rinse and repeat match to get us ready for this Mass v Mass. It is the OG. It's Los Americanos against Los Hermanos Americanos, which is OG El Grande Americano with the Credo brothers versus El Grande Americano with Bravo and Rayo. It is a tornado tag match, which is cool to see from WWE. It's been a while since you had that many people, so it's a six-man tornado. So that's cool. Chad Gable. I can't wait till he gets unmasked so we can just be Chad Gable.
Yeah.
He does some really cool stuff. He's doing ultimate powerlifting stuff. He at one point he's got like somebody like got one person there picking him up and he suplexes them both. So Chad Gable shows off some good um some good wrestling, some good power in this match. I like to point that out. There's a bit where the three or the El Grande, so El Grande, Bravo, and Rayo, they have a whole thing where each of them kind of puts a bit of metal in their mask. So it's like a three-way, like, ah. Um, but when everything is said and done, the winners are El Grande, Americano, Rayo, and Bravo. It's an okay match, but it's one of those like, okay, yeah, we've seen it, and you're trying to build up for Mass v Mass while trying to get some people some reps. At one point, I joked with Chava. I said, "Hey, shout out our boy Chava." I was like, "Hey, Chava, look, they got six luchadors in the ring right now." And he goes, "Yep." I go, "Yeah, five Americans and one German."
Yeah, I was like, none of them are Mexican.
uh, so at that point, it does get confirmed. We find out it is official. It is going to be tribal combat. Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns at Clash in Italy for the WWE Championship. Kathy's backstage. She's talking to the Usos, which has my funniest moment probably of the week, and one of my favorite little promo moments ever of broken character. Because L.A. Knight pops
Yeah.
up. Know everybody. L.A. Knight,
Yeah.
yeah, is back. Everyone, and he pops up, and Big Jim's like, not now. And I says, well, what are you gonna do? You gonna guys gonna beat me up like you did last time? Hey, you can bring everybody on out here. You could bring everybody out and have a whole oofalafa ceremony. To which point, both Jimmy and Jay kind of look to the side. Jim recovers quickly. He taps Jay. Jay
Jay's like,
struggles for his life. Like
yeah,
he turns, he looks, and he has to hit him with the.
yeah, because he can't stop.
he,
It was great.
So LA Knight's basically just saying like, "Hey man, you guys are doing dirt. You guys are gonna get dirt." And I told kind of like on some, I told you this was gonna happen. And Big Jim's just like, not now. And they walk away. Uh, then we have a sit down interview with Ethan Page and Michael Cole. Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey, get ready for Ethan Page. If you don't know, Ethan Page is fantastic. It's a whole thing.
Absolutely.
He's like, "Oh hey Mike, can I help you out here? Here, I wrote you some questions. Why don't you go ahead and just." He's like, I've been doing this for a while, right? He's like, I'm Mike. I know you have, but I'm trying to help you out.
Calls him Mike.
he calls Michael Cole Mike. It's so
Yeah.
funny, bro. Um, and so he's saying like, at one point, Michael starts to go off script, and Ethan goes, "Hey, if you could just respect the wishes of the talent, that would be great, Michael." Ethan Page is great. So he's saying that I'm gonna win. It's not ego. Michael Cole's like, "Oh, ego is gonna get you in trouble," and he's like, "It's not ego, it's confidence." And I'll show you that when I beat Penta at Saturday Night main event, because it will be Ethan Page and Penta for the Intercontinental Championship at SNME. That brings us to our next match. It is a tag match for the tag team championships.
Hmm.
It is Judgment Day. That is Raquel and Roxy versus Brie Bella and Paige. They do go to commercial. The champions don't get an entrance. They come back from commercial and the champions are in the ring.
What are we
Disappointing.
doing?
Disappointing. Liv, of course, comes out with them. She's doing some shenanigans, so she eventually gets kicked and rolled out by Jessica Carr. It's an okay match. It's quick. Brie and Paige get the win. Liv attacks them because she basically gets like kicked out, and then things happen. So the Judgment Day attacks. Lyra and Bailey come out to try to stop the Judgment Day. Lyra gets a pretty good pop. There's one point where they're kind of doing an ad, and you hear all the woos.
Woo!
So yeah, she was getting some good pop. Really quick, speaking of Greensboro, North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina is the home of one Javon Evans.
Mm.
I hate to say this, Javon Evans was not on Netflix, but apparently he was in a dark match. Big dropped ball by the
Ugh.
WWE. Yeah, because at one point they show that he's from there. You hear the big pop, and at the end of the show, I go, "Wait a minute,
Where was he?
where was Javon?" I found out later that he was involved in a dark match. So
Instead,
that's
we get the Los Americanos match.
for the second time in like 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. Come
so
on.
Seth Rollins is backstage. LA Knight comes up to him and he basically LA Knight goes, "You need some help, but it's not going to be me. Peace."
I love LA Knight so much.
uh, then Penta cuts a promo on Ethan Page. Pretty good promo, Penta, I'm him, Zillamero. I'm going to beat you Saturday Night main event. Um, so this brings us to we are a little bit against it, so I can roll. Here's what I'll do. Because I think what should have been the last part of the show, I'm going to skip this and go to the end of the show, which is I'm not going to call it the main event. Yeah, we'll call it the main event. This is the main event of the evening.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm against it, I'm jumping to the end. This is the last match, so it's Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins. All right. Now, one thing that was really funny, they were dressed damn near identical. I don't know what the costume department was doing, but they were almost both looked like they were wearing the same pants. It was
Black
pretty
Pants
cool.
go.
Logan Paul is ringside. He's getting fire. Logan Paul chants. Theory wrestles a decent match. I made a joke because he does the curb stomp. Seth kicks out of the curb stomp, and I go, "Gee, seems like the curb stomp's a little more powerful when you're wearing the mask there,
Mm,
Austin
right.
Theory." Logan tries to use the brass knuckles, gives him the Theory. Seth sees it, picks him up. So Logan snitches on Seth. He's got the brass knuckles. So
Classic.
tries to grab him, gets the ref to take him, but that doesn't phase him. The winner is Seth Rollins. The Vision comes out and attack. The Street Profits come out to attack. Braun spears people. Pierce can't get control of everybody. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins still seem like they're not getting along. But at one point, Montez pushes Angelo. Montez takes the spear from Braun, so the Vision stand tall. So I don't need this to talk about what happened, though. By the way, as of right now, it's 135 days since Obafemi vacated an NXT championship, and he is not a champion of any kind yet. So he comes out for the open challenge, has the big entrance. He stands in the ring, big silhouette happens, and he is attacked from behind.
By who?
Guess by who?
By who?
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 Brock Lesnar.
What? I thought he retired.
Hits Oba with not one, not two, not three, but four F5s.
And apparently split his pants again.
Splits his pants again and walks off. Now, oh no, and then tail on that. Paul Heyman goes to Adam Pearce backstage and he's like, hey, so I have this contract that's already signed by Brock Lesnar to face Obafemi at Clash in Italy. So guess what, everybody? We're going to get a rematch of Brock Lesnar and Obafemi
Great.
at Clash in Italy. And all I have to say about this whole thing, now that I've had time to think about it, is this is why I thought it would have been better if he just lost at WrestleMania, because then you can do this storyline without having the win and the fake retirement, which now takes that away, which now you can't do retirement tours. You can't even say that because no one's going to believe it off rip. And going through this 3 weeks of random open challenges when you could have just had him lose, spend those 3 weeks demanding the rematch with Brock Lesnar, and then you can still have Brock Lesnar come and attack him now. He gets his lick back in Italy. Because now, if Brock wins, great. Now Oba's got to start over from the beginning after you built this all up a little bit.
Right.
Cool.
What was the point?
If Oba wins, then why is Brock even back? Like, we know it feels like something just to have people go, oh, look what happened, to distract from the kind of fact that they didn't do this that well and weren't banking on Brock being like, I'm out. And they're like, no, but we need you. We need you to come back. We thought you were going to be here for SummerSlam. No, we need you to come back. So
Yeah.
I particularly don't like it, but who am I? So
It's happening. So
But that was Monday Night Raw, everybody. And that's the end of our show for right now. But real quickly, hey, Billiam,
yeah.
would you please tell the wonderful people how they can help us out on our wonderful little show we have going on right here?
As always, haters, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit those likes. Comment down below. Tell us your favorite match of the week, what match you're looking forward to in the next upcoming events, with Saturday night's main events and Clash in Italy coming up. A lot of big matches coming. Also, if you want to find us on, also tell your friends that your favorite wrestling podcast will soon be their favorite wrestling podcast. I remembered. Also find us on Instagram, Section 8 Wrestling Pod, and if you want to listen to us, Spotify and Apple Music.
I have things to do. He has things to do. We know that y'all have things to do, so we hope we made you smile and laugh and think about some good wrestling for the Section 8 Wrestling Podcast. I am Kills at Wills.
I'm Billy.
Hey, we're going to see y'all on the next one.
Bye, y'all. This has been a Section 8 Wrestling Podcast production.